What's up, YouTube? I'm making this video on my computer, and so you have to excuse it. I was going to do it on my phone, but I ran out of storage and I couldn't find my camera's battery. But I am doing this video on Deadpool killustrated, and I apologize that it's backwards. I'm sorry for that. But throughout it, I will be flipping through the book and showing you various pages and panels. Okay. So, what is this story about? Well, it picks up where Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe left off. And what we see is Deadpool is... sorry, I can't get it to work very well. But what we see is that Deadpool is traveling throughout the different... Well, he's traveling throughout the different Marvel Universes, killing people, killing all the superheroes. All the villains, all the anti-heroes, anybody. But why? What is his reason? Well, his reason is he doesn't want them to suffer anymore. That no matter how they'll just keep dying and being brought back and dying and being brought back, and they'll keep having the same heartbreaks, the same deaths in their family over and over. And he doesn't think they should suffer that way. Well, his goal is to go through all the multiverses and kill them. Just kill them all. But eventually he comes to the conclusion they're just going to keep being wrote back. And there's going to be an endless supply. So it doesn't matter how long he stays at it, it's never going to end. Now, what we see in this story is that he's being urged to do all this through a different voice than the one we know. He normally has two voices. One's a more mature and the other is a childlike one. Well, in Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, both of those voices were killed. We don't know if maybe they'll come back to him or if they're just gone forever. All we know is that they were eliminated from his brain, and in its place, there's this new voice, a evil voice. It's the one that's urging him to do these things. And what we see, here I'll show you what the evil voice looks like. The evil voice is in the red paneling. Okay, I'm going to hold this here so that hopefully you'll be able to read it. Give you time to read it. Okay, now, this is one of my favorite issues just because of how deep it gets. And what we see is that the things that inspire... His goal is to kill the very idea of the story. Like, for example, he might kill Captain Ahab and the Hulk. And Captain Ahab and the Whale is like Thunderbolt Ross and Hulk. As we see here... Oh, hang on. Give me a second. Well, I can't find the image right now, but later on throughout the story, we find out that the scientist who was able to supply Wade with these things sent a message to Sherlock Holmes and warned him of what was happening. So Sherlock goes throughout the various stories as well and grabs heroes and people to help stop Deadpool from what he's doing. And now this is very interesting because one thing in the story we find out is he only has the one costume, see? So, and it keeps getting ripped up and torn, and by the end of it, it's just destroyed. But what we also see is Deadpool realizes he can't do this alone. There's too many heroes and too many villains in each story. So what he does is he takes Frankenstein's monster and he swaps out the brain. Whose brain does he swap? His. And his grew back. Well, so Frankenstein's monster now has the evil voice as shown in the panels. Now, as we draw closer to the story, and to the end of the story, we see Sherlock going through where Deadpool has been. He realizes that he knows these stories. He remembers them. It's just that now they're changing. The endings are changing. Well, how are they changing? Well, they're changing in a way that he doesn't want to kill the characters, you see. He's killing the very idea of them. Like, he kills the Three Musketeers. What happens? The Avengers, the X-Men, the Fantastic Four cease to exist because he killed the very idea of a team. He's trying to plant the idea in society that heroes can die and stay dead. No coming back, no reboots. Once they're dead, and that's it. Now, towards the end of the story, Deadpool tries to escape. Well, Sherlock jumps onto his teleporting device, and basically the two are stuck in the multiverse's time stream, I guess you could call it. Well, Deadpool's hand gives way and he falls. He just goes into the time stream. We assume he dies. We're not sure. But Sherlock is sitting there, and he's thinking to himself, I have to keep the ideas alive. I have to make sure the ideas survive. And that's what he does. He keeps the ideas alive to help the multiverse fix itself. Because Deadpool revealed, yeah, it's going to repair itself, but it'll be like a bone that didn't set correctly. It'll be crooked and uneven. So, from what we can tell, the Ideaverse is safe. But this Deadpool, I believe he makes a comeback. I don't remember correctly, but that's on. I really enjoyed the story. It was done so well. I mean, there's so many other stories that could touch on. In fact, I actually wrote a paper, 2 papers actually, involving this very story. So it's a very good read. I very strongly recommend you pick it up. Well, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.